A few examples of practical wisdom: knowing when to delegate tasks and empower others to maximize team effectiveness, recognizing the importance of self-care and taking breaks to avoid burnout, making informed decisions about personal health and wellness, such as exercise and nutrition, balancing short-term gratification with long-term financial planning and savings, building and maintaining healthy relationships through effective communication and active listening, seeking multiple perspectives before forming opinions or making judgments, knowing when to apologize and make amends when one's actions have caused harm, finding creative solutions to complex problems by thinking outside the box, practicing patience and perseverance in the face of challenges and setbacks, assessing the credibility and reliability of information before accepting it as true, respecting privacy and confidentiality in professional and personal interactions, being mindful of one's impact on the environment and making sustainable choices, recognizing and managing personal biases to promote fairness and equality, knowing when to take calculated risks and embrace new opportunities, developing strong emotional intelligence to navigate interpersonal dynamics effectively, making ethical choices in business and adhering to responsible and sustainable practices, balancing individual needs with the needs of a community or group, cultivating a growth mindset and embracing lifelong learning, demonstrating integrity by aligning actions with personal values and ethical principles, striving for work-life balance, and setting boundaries to maintain overall well-being, knowing when to speak up and when to listen attentively in a conversation, making financial decisions based on long-term goals rather than short-term impulses, resolving conflicts by seeking common ground and finding win-win solutions, showing empathy and understanding in difficult situations to provide emotional support, adapting communication style based on the needs and preferences of different individuals, making environmentally conscious choices to promote sustainability, assessing risks and benefits before making important decisions, navigating ethical dilemmas by considering the potential consequences and moral principles involved, seeking feedback and learning from mistakes to continuously improve and grow, being self-aware and recognizing personal biases and limitations, modulating emotions and responding calmly in stressful situations, practicing gratitude and expressing appreciation for others' contributions, balancing short-term pleasures with long-term health and well-being, making decisions based on evidence and reliable information rather than hearsay or assumptions, respecting diverse perspectives and engaging in constructive dialogue, setting realistic goals and breaking them down into manageable steps, trusting intuition and relying on past experiences to guide decision-making. Overall, practical wisdom is a multifaceted skill that combines rational thinking, emotional intelligence, and moral reasoning. It enables individuals to balance conflicting aims and principles, make well-informed judgments, and act in a way that is aligned with their values and the greater good. In our environment of competing priorities and rampant uncertainties, we can turn to a specific type of discernment that Aristotle explored in his renowned work, The Nicomachean Ethics. This wisdom recognizes that uncertain risks cannot be completely eradicated, but guides us in developing greater wisdom in managing them. As we confront frightening and uncertain trade-offs, we can learn how to judiciously evaluate competing benefits. Characteristics of practical wisdom. Aristotle's concept, the concept of practical wisdom, has its roots in Aristotle's ethical philosophy. According to Aristotle, Practical wisdom is a virtue that involves the ability to apply general principles and moral values to specific situations, considering the particular circumstances and context. Balancing conflicting aims. Practical wisdom requires the ability to navigate through situations where different aims or principles come into conflict. It involves considering multiple perspectives, evaluating the potential consequences of different choices. Contextual understanding. Practical wisdom involves grasping the specific circumstances, nuances, and interdependencies of a situation. It takes into account the social, cultural, and ethical dimensions to arrive at appropriate decisions. Ethical sensibility. Practical wisdom is concerned with moral values and virtues. It involves acting in accordance with ethical principles, such as honesty, fairness, and compassion, to promote the well-being of oneself and others. Integration of knowledge and intuition. Practical wisdom involves the integration of both knowledge and intuition. It goes beyond theoretical knowledge and relies on practical experience and intuition to guide decision-making. Practical wisdom allows individuals to tap into their intuition. Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in practical wisdom. It involves understanding and managing one's own emotions, as well as being aware of and empathetic towards the emotions of others. Moral responsibility. Practical wisdom includes a sense of moral responsibility and ethical decision-making. It involves considering the consequences of actions on oneself and others, and making choices that align with ethical principles and values. Continuous learning and growth. Practical wisdom is a lifelong pursuit. It requires a commitment to ongoing learning, self-reflection, and personal growth. Individuals with practical wisdom actively seek feedback, learn from their experiences, and engage in self-improvement efforts. Application to everyday life. Practical wisdom is not limited to extraordinary or exceptional situations. It is equally relevant in everyday life, guiding individuals in making decisions that affect their personal lives, relationships, and well-being. Practical wisdom in leadership. Practical wisdom is particularly relevant in leadership roles. Leaders with practical wisdom are able to navigate complex organizational challenges, balance competing interests, and make decisions that are aligned with the organization's mission and values. Cultivating practical wisdom. Practical wisdom is a skill that can be cultivated and nurtured. It requires a commitment to self-reflection, ongoing learning, and seeking diverse perspectives. Practical wisdom and well-being. Practical wisdom is closely tied to individual well-being and the pursuit of a meaningful life. It enables individuals to make choices that promote their own flourishing and the well-being of others. Cultivating practical wisdom. Practical wisdom is not solely an innate trait, but can be cultivated and developed over time. It requires a commitment to continuous learning, seeking diverse perspectives, and actively engaging in real-world experiences. Through ongoing reflection, feedback, and a willingness to learn from others, individuals can enhance their practical wisdom and become more effective decision-makers. These examples further highlight the application of practical wisdom in various aspects of life, encompassing personal, professional, and ethical considerations. Remember, practical wisdom involves the continuous practice of making thoughtful and informed decisions that benefit oneself and others.